Hi everybody, Tracy here from Fit Me Wellness, and I'm just coming to you from my home with a quick 10-minute stretch video for you. We've had a couple of requests for just a shortened stretch segment, and so that's what we are going to be doing today. And so to start off with, I'm going to have you sitting with your legs crisscross, applesauce as my kids say, and if you want, you can take a rolled up towel or a yoga block and just place it behind you underneath your tailbone. That'll help tilt your pelvis a bit so that you can really open up through the hips. So if that feels better for you, go ahead and grab that and sit on it just right underneath your tailbone. We're going to start off with just a quick posture check, rolling those shoulders up, back, down, and towards your spine. Keeping your chin level, so gaze is forward. And then settle your shoulders down and back. Lift your sternum a little bit, tilt your heart up towards the ceiling. Feel your rib cage kind of lift away from your hips. And as it does that, you should feel your abs engage a little bit, just about like 25% on. This isn't hard as a rock. It's not full force contraction. It's just turned on a little bit. Good posture should really feel it should feel good. It should feel somewhat effortless and not stiff and rigid. You can have your palms facing forward. Just take a nice deep breath in. Feel that rib cage expand. And exhale. And then do that again. Deep breath in. And exhale. And if you feel yourself sinking as you exhale, remember that 25% engagement. Keep a nice long spine. Try not to slouch. One more time here. And exhale. This time as you inhale, we're going to sweep our arms up overhead. Palms can face in, elbows slightly bent. Exhale, press those arms down and away. Feel the shoulders come away from the ears. Inhale, sweep up, palms facing the ceiling. Exhale and down. And each time you bring those arms up overhead, just pay attention to the shoulders. Make sure they're not jamming up towards your ears. On this next one, if it feels okay to you, we'll inhale, reach up and look up, tilting the chin slightly. Exhale. One more time, and this time we're going to leave the arms up there. Again, being mindful that the shoulders are down. Elbows can be slightly bent to help that. Take a breath in, extend through the spine, nice and long. As you exhale, let's lower your right arm to this side. Bring that left arm up and over. Big side body stretch. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, switch sides. Good. Inhale, nice and tall, long spine. Exhale, putting some space between those ribs. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Bring that inhale up. Reach both arms. As you exhale, turn towards your right knee and come forward, down over that leg. Let the arms relax, palms to the floor. We want to keep your left hip pressed down into the floor. Don't let it rock up as we round down over this right knee. And just be gentle. Remember, stretches, it should feel like a good stretch, but if it's painful, then that's usually a sign that we're doing too much and that we need to back off. If you like, you can wrap your arms around that knee, using it to kind of anchor and gently guide your torso forward. Again, not forcing anything. And breathe here. You should feel a nice stretch down that left side, through that low back, through that hip, maybe even around your knees. Use that exhale to relax the muscles, sink deeper into the stretch. And then let's extend our arms forward. Walk your hands center. Stay here for a breath or two. Relax the head and neck. And you might find that you're able to come deeper down in the center. That's fine. Just let your hands slide forward. On your next exhale, walk your hands over towards your left knee. Palms on the ground. Press your right hip down into the floor. If you want, wrap your arms around that left knee to anchor and just slowly guide your chest forward. You're gonna find, just like with strength and with balance, that your flexibility is gonna be different from one side to the next. So you might feel more tense on this side, you might feel less tense. Just go with the flow. Work to that size potential. Extend those arms again. Walk your hands center. Hold here for a breath. And then add your next exhale, walk those hands back up and come upright to seated again. Perfect. Let's extend the legs out in front. Let those knees relax a little bit. Feet are flexed. You may want to scoot yourself back on that towel, or you can remove the towel if you've got it there. It's up to you. Again, reset that posture, sitting up nice and tall. My feet are flexed, my toes are pointed up. I'm making a nice L shape out of my body. I'm gonna take a deep breath in. Think nice flat back, shoulder blades pull into the spine. And as I exhale, I'm gonna tilt forward, but I'm keeping my arms close to me. I'm not gonna reach for my toes. So big stretch through the hamstring, back of that upper leg. I'm pressing my knees down, they're pretty straight. And again, my feet are flexed. I don't want to tilt my feet back too much because then it'll take the stretch down to my calf. So if you're feeling that in the lower part of your leg, just relax your foot a little bit. To lengthen the hamstring more, think about tilting that pelvis, pulling that tailbone back as you tilt your pelvis forward. So lengthening, putting space between your tailbone and your knees. And I got that nice flat back, kind of leading this movement by leaning forward with my chest. If I were to reach with my arms, then I'm gonna put that stretch into my upper back, and I don't wanna do that right now. So just hands by your side. You can kind of creep crawl them forward a little bit, but if you feel your upper back start to round, I'm gonna pull those arms back. One more big breath in. And then as you exhale, walk those hands back, come up to that nice L position again. Take your right leg, cross it over the left, foot is flat on the floor. Take your left arm and wrap it around and turn in towards that knee. I have my right hand behind me, it's placed close. And I'm just hugging that knee, feeling a big stretch through my glute and that hip on the right side. If it feels okay to look over that back shoulder, you can go ahead and do that. Good, good. See if you can twist a little further for these next couple breaths. And still sitting up tall, a nice straight back. Exhale, rotate back to me. Switch your legs. Foot flat on the floor, take that right arm, wrap it around, turn and rotate, placing that left hand on the mat close to your hip. Look over that back shoulder if that feels okay to you. As you hug that knee, you might feel that left hip want to kind of drift forward on the mat. So be mindful of that. Guide that left hip back. And it's about creating space, and we're trying to create space between the left side of our hip and that left knee now. Try to keep your hips square and in line with each other. A little further of a twist if you can. Exhale, rotate back to me. Perfect. Let's come on to all fours next. You can remove that towel, hands under your shoulders, and we're just gonna do a little bit of free form motion. So cat and cow is a pretty common move here, swaying the back, arching the back, but I'm going to encourage you to kind of sway side to side, maybe make a little figure 8 with your hips. Spread your fingertips, knees under the hips, and then settle into tabletop. Draw that belly button in, nice strong arms. Neck is neutral, so I'm gazing forward a little bit. Just holding this strong tabletop pose. Turn the toes to point back, shift back into child's pose. Let the arms slide forward, and we're going to sandwich our hands together. Press the hands together. It's going to rotate the shoulders a little bit, and then we're going to bend the elbows, bringing our hands to the top or back of our head, hips to heels, and getting a stretch through the back of that upper arm, that tricep, the rear delt. Just a different option on your child's pose here. One more big breath. Extend those arms down. Shift yourself back up to tabletop, and then take your front leg, whichever one that is, place it on the mat next to that front hand. Tuck your back toes under, and then come on up to this lunge position, half kneeling position. My back toes are tucked, and I'm kind of squeezing my glutes, pressing my hips through, so I feel a big stretch in that back hip flexor. Hands are supported on my thigh, leaning my shoulders back a little bit. I'm going to take my back arm and extend it up now. Big reach up towards that ceiling, and then pat myself on the back for a tricep release. I can use my opposite arm to kind of guide that elbow. I'm still pressing my hips forward, so I've got to stretch on my quad and hip flexor, stretching through my tricep. Take that same arm across your body, now stretching through that shoulder. Good. And then release that stretch. Bring that front knee back. Toes are still tucked. I'm still squeezing my glutes, opening up through the hips, arms behind. Make a little gun with your pointer finger and your thumbs. My pointer finger points down, thumbs point towards me. I'm going to drop my shoulders down, squeeze my shoulder blades together, and then just look up. I'm not lifting my arms at all. I'm just looking up, tilting my bottom ribs up towards the ceiling a bit to open up through the chest. Strong through your core. Really tight usually through the front body. So that's our hip flexors, our chest, the front of our shoulders. So doing stretches like this that targets all of them can be really helpful throughout our day, not just for posture, but for pain too. If you feel pain in your lower back or upper back, it sometimes is because we're tight in the front. One more big breath. As you exhale, relax those shoulders a little bit. Take your back foot now, place it flat on the ground. Hands are on your thigh. Proud chest, pressing that hip through, feeling the stretch on that front hip flexor. That front arm can come up. Pat yourself on the back for that tricep release. Perfect. And then take that arm across, stretching through the shoulder. Release that stretch. Place that back knee down again on the mat. This time you can untuck your toes. Rest the top of your foot on the mat. Bring those arms in front. Interlace the fingers, round, and release to that upper back. Let the chin drop. And then when you inhale, release the hands, pull those elbows out wide. So think of this as like a kneeling cat and cow. Round through that cat. Inhale, sway, pull the elbows. One more time. and inhale. Good, arms down to your side. Let's turn to face front. You can stay in this kneeling posture or feel free to come to standing. Take a nice deep breath and reach up. Exhale, let those arms sweep down again. One more time, inhale and exhale. Great job today, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed this short and quick stretch. Feel free to pepper it in throughout your day. It's great to add to any day, whether it's a recovery day or after a workout. Hopefully it'll help keep you a little bit looser. Have a great one, guys. Bye-bye.